Thank you so much for your time with us, being on our YouTube channel. Where are you from?
England.
London? Or?
Nottingham, in the middle, Robin Hood.
Oh, okay. So you are visiting Japan as a tourist?
Yes.
Yes, tourist.
First time?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah.
Oh, very first time.
Yeah.
How did you end up with coming to Japan then?
We were travelling Southeast Asia,
Uh-huh.
and we managed to find a cheap flight from Thailand,
Uh-huh.
and we have always wanted to visit Japan.
Ah.
So we booked it, and here we are.
Oh, so before coming here, then you were in Thailand? How did you like it there?
Oh yeah, we like Thailand. It's hotter than England. Lovely food, nice people. Very busy. Very, from a culturistic point of view, different religion, different buildings, different beliefs. Yeah.
I like the green curry and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
His
with the
favourite.
coconut and
Really?
milk. And,
Though it is very spicy.
oh,
Yeah.
I went for all the colours: the green, the yellow,
The
the
red.
orange, the red, the massaman,
Yeah.
the yellow, whatever. Yeah.
How long ago have you?
We came 2 weeks ago, and we leave tomorrow.
Too bad. How do you like it in Japan?
It was amazing. We went to Tokyo, Mount Fuji,
Uh-huh.
Kyoto,
Alright.
Nara, and now Osaka. Yeah, and it's amazing. Yeah, the people are so friendly, and the trains are very organised. We've been getting the trains everywhere, and we went on the bullet train from Tokyo to Osaka, and that was really good experience as well.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
And fast.
Good money, like in England the trains are very slow,
Very
expensive, and every 1 or 2 hours. Here it was
Cheaper.
like less than half price every 10 minutes, and the trains go 3 times as fast.
Yeah.
What is the a best or memorable moment in Japan?
It has to be Mount Fuji for us, I
Yeah,
think.
for me, 2 things: Mount Fuji, and number 2, when I was younger, I've grown up loving Godzilla. And then I went to Godzilla Street in Tokyo.
Oh, is there Godzilla?
And,
In
yeah.
Shinjuku.
It's like a Godzilla head over a building,
Uh-huh.
and I felt like a little boy again.
Oh,
Yeah, and,
really?
yeah, it was all the lights, it was all lit up, and yeah, it was a really cool experience. But Mount Fuji,
Mount Fuji was very
yeah,
lovely.
we've seen like the pyramids in Egypt, and that was the best man-made thing I've seen. But Mount Fuji was the best not man-made, natural.
Natural.
So yeah, it was amazing. It was Sugoi.
It's both of the similar kind of the shape.
Similar shape. Similar shape.
So you went to onsen
Next time.
We like it so much we come next year.
Yeah, next year we are coming back.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because we like it a lot.
So in Mount Fuji area, did you stay overnight? Or?
No, we had a
just-
day trip.
That's
from
like-
Tokyo.
Yeah, it's like
That's-
7 hours from Tokyo to Mount Fuji and back.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
from a distance, or did you go a little bit?
Oh no, from a distance.
From a distance.
I'm too old to climb.
Well, but you can go by car or by bus on a halfway.
Yeah.
So.
We got the bus to the lake in front of it. So we went to the lake and a village nearby. I can't remember the name, but that was Kauai.
Kawaguchiko, maybe?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't know.
Yeah.
There are 5 lakes around. So.
It was really cool.
How about then Kyoto and Nara?
We went to the Nara Deer Park. We love the deer park. There's so many of them, and we fed them.
You fed them?
Yeah, that was nice. And Kyoto was the busiest place, I think.
Oh, really?
Full of tourists. Yeah.
Oh.
But it was nice, wasn't it?
It was nice. I joked around. In Tokyo, I'm the tallest man, the only Hage bald man.
Yeah.
And then Kyoto was full of Western tourists. They were taller and also Hage. We just got lots of tourists.
Yeah, a lot of tourists in Kyoto.
In Kyoto?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Which area did you go in Kyoto?
I can't remember the
We
name.
just went to the train station and walked.
The orange.
Oh, the
The shrine.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
with the red shrine?
Yes.
Fushimi
Yeah,
Inari.
that's it. That was our favourite
And
spot.
the temple. There's a close temple.
The mostly the east, the southeast, or
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we only went for the day because we are staying in Osaka, so we just did what we could. So yeah, we just stayed in that area. Yeah.
I see. So you're based
In Osaka.
Osaka,
We were
yeah.
based in Tokyo and now in Osaka. And tomorrow we leave.
Yeah, we fly from Osaka tomorrow.
So where did you go in Osaka area?
Osaka Castle. We went to the
Dotonbori.
Yeah, that's it.
The Hitachi building with all the lights around it.
Yeah.
It's 新世界.
Yes. Yes, that's
Yeah, near the, near the tower.
Yes, yes.
It's like a baby Tokyo.
Yeah, baby. Did you feel the difference between those areas?
Yeah, it was a little bit cheaper.
Cheaper?
And, less tourists. I liked it.
Yeah, we had Wagyu beef from there. It was really nice.
And asahi beer.
What kind of food do you like in
We
Japan?
like sushi, the Wagyu beef, the katsu chicken, a lot. We
I
like
had a lot. I had lots of sushi. We love Family Mart and Lawson's too.
Yeah.
They've saved us because we're on a bit of a budget. We don't want to eat expensive Michelin restaurant every time, obviously, so just save the pennies. But yeah, we love the food here. Feel very safe.
Yeah.
Like eating and
People are very nice.
very nice.
We got on the wrong train a few times,
Uh-huh.
and people really helped us.
Oh, really?
One of them even got off the train to put us on the correct train.
Oh.
Very friendly
Yeah,
people.
that will never happen in England.
No.
They would just look at you and ignore you and walk
Yeah,
away.
but here they were very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
So-
Then, going back to your country, do you think like the trip to Japan affects you something?
Yeah, it changes you. I
Changes
think you
you.
grow as a person because you see a new place, you see new things,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a lot more cultured. So now when we have katsu chicken in England, it's not going to taste as good as katsu chicken in Japan. So yeah, you learn a lot from every trip.
It makes me reflect on England in a bad way. Like England, Japan, both islands, both busy.
Japan's better.
But Japan, like say the trains, like people queue for trains. But,
People are
on the
quiet
train,
on the train.
everyone's like no talking, no. In England, there's like lots
Loud.
of people drunk, talking, swearing. Ooh, but here, there's like I've not seen one drunk person smoking on the streets. No one.
Japan's a lot cleaner
Yeah,
as
cleaner.
well.
The men in like the 70s, 80s,
They look very
they
young.
probably look 60, but probably 80. They look healthy.
In Japan,
And Japan, they look healthy.
So did you go to the Sky Tower too?
we took pictures, but we didn't go up it. No, but we saw it.
It's
It was really nice.
We
Yeah.
went to the crossing.
Shibuya?
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was a really good experience. We
Yeah.
paid to go up the top so we could take pictures.
It's like a big building, 1,500 yen, and you get a free Coca-Cola or water.
Yeah.
Expensive, but it was nice.
It was nice to take
see it.
pictures.
Unlike you, I like my cameras, so
Oh.
it's cool to see everything. It's really
Oh, so you took picture from the
Yeah.
the people on the
the crossing,
The
yeah.
crossing.
We saw like there was like go-karts too. There was like a line of go-karts.
Yeah, we took a video, and then when the light goes green, all the people start walking. And yeah, we got that on video.
I went
Oh.
to New York when I was like 18, and it was like similar to Times Square, but it was better.
Really?
Japan #1. And no Americans there either. Not real like Americans.
It's fun. Okay. Well, thank you so much
You're
for your
welcome.
time.
Thank
It was
you.
very fun talking to you.
Yes,
problem.
you too. Thank you.
Thank you for your time with us being on our YouTube channel. May I ask where you're from?
From Sweden.
Stockholm.
Yeah, nearby.
Nearby. Okay. You are here as a tourist in Japan?
Yeah, I'm here with 3 friends.
This is first time in Japan?
Yes, first time.
How do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. I've always wanted to come to Japan since I was a little kid. I love anime and stuff like that, and the Asian culture. The architecture is so different from the architect in the West, for example. So I love the buildings and the milieu, the sceneries, everything like that.
Since you were little, you were kind of interested in Japan.
Yeah,
So-
Japanese culture.
Japanese culture because of the anime and the stuff.
Animes and old movies
Movies,
and stuff like that. So
Now you're here in Japan, and did you feel the differences between what you were imagined and
Yeah.
the actual, you know,
I mean, it's better than what I expected.
in what way? Is it difficult to say?
I don't really know, but
Then what was the new discovery?
a big difference, for example, from Sweden and Japan. It feels like you have a job for everything here. In Sweden, for example, I mean, you have someone that stands by a door here in Japan, for example, just to make sure that people go in the right way, and you have people, you know, standing and waving and stuff like that. And that type of work doesn't exist in Sweden, for example. You have so many small types of works here for every little detail, and it's kind of fun to see. A job for everything. basically. And in Sweden you can't find that.
So do it yourself. That kind
Yeah,
of thing.
it's if you don't know where you have to go, you have to find out for yourself. But in Japan it's pretty easy just to ask someone because there's people working everywhere with everything.
And how about like a Japanese food?
I'm kind of picky with my food, but I'm trying to taste different things. So we ate ramen, for example, earlier for lunch, and I really loved it. So, but I'm trying rice balls and stuff like that. So small things.
So when you were in Sweden, have you eaten Japanese food?
Sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah.
So not many.
No, cup noodles and stuff like that.
Oh, I see. Cup noodle in like a Swedish style.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can buy Japanese cup noodles also, but I don't think they're like the ones here. So.
Oh, I see. Do you like cup noodles?
Yeah, I love noodles.
Oh, right. Because there is an instant noodle museum.
Yeah, one of my friends went there today. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we split it up today. Me and the other guy, we went here, and one guy went to the Cup Noodle Museum. So, yeah, he really enjoyed that.
Where did you go in Japan?
We landed in Tokyo, spent 2 nights there, and then we went to Kyoto just for a night, and then we came to Osaka. So we're leaving tomorrow, and we're going back to Tokyo tomorrow for 4 nights, and then we're going home again.
So it's about two weeks.
Yeah, 10 days.
10 days. How did you spend time in Tokyo area?
Oh, we went around shopping, checking out some stuff to see. So we're going to do more things when we get back to Tokyo.
What kind of things did you find for shopping? Or interested?
I didn't really buy anything yet.
Oh, okay.
So, but my friends bought a tons of stuff. So I'm still looking. I want to find something for my son, for example. So something I can bring back from Japan. So a souvenir.
Is that a cultural thing, or anime thing, or
I
not
don't
decided
know.
yet?
I don't know. He likes Studio Ghibli.
Oh,
Spirited Away, that's a favorite, both his and mine. So I'm hoping maybe I can find something from Spirited Away or something like that. So I can bring back to him.
Have you ever been to other Asian countries?
Yeah, I've been to Hong Kong twice. Yeah, Beijing once. Bangkok.
It's as a tourist.
Yeah, just tourist travels. So.
Did you feel the difference between those countries and
Japan?
Uh-huh.
I mean, Bangkok, for example, it feels older when you're in the city. Same thing with Beijing. That was really old, all the old buildings.
Oh.
So, but I liked
because of the history.
No, I mean I like history, for example. I mean, people in the East they feel more polite than people in Sweden, for example, or in the West generally. So it's easier to speak with people here, even if you don't speak the same language. So I can walk up to someone and try to ask them a question if I need to find something, and they're always willing to help. So, but in Sweden, people are kind of inwards, so it's hard to. They're a little more grumpy.
Oh, really? So, it's not a defense of people.
Yeah, they're kind of defensive and grumpy, so they're not as outwards towards other people. So. When you're waiting for a bus or something, they're always standing 2-3 meters apart.
Oh, really?
So in Sweden, but here everyone is just standing like there's personal space. So it's more crowded here.
It's not because of the COVID.
No, it's even before the COVID. Yeah, it's just they like the space around. So if you come to a bus stop and there's only 4 or 5 people, they will always be standing with 2-3 meters.
Because Japan is very small.
Yeah, so people are always standing close together here, but in Sweden they're always far apart. So,
Then after your travel to Japan, do you think something changes in your life?
I've only been here a couple of days, and I already want to come back. So I'm gonna plan a trip, hopefully next year, and bring my family.
That's
Girlfriend and kids, and come here and visit.
Especially where you want to go.
I don't know, so I have to plan that part. But probably since we have kids, we won't be traveling between cities or something. Maybe we'll just fly to Tokyo or to Osaka and just stay in one place, but visit the interesting areas.
Do you like city areas or rural areas?
No, I like both.
Oh yeah.
Because I like to see things that are worth to look at, like the Osaka Castle, for example. That's really interesting. So that's why we're here now. We're waiting for the other two friends. So we're gonna walk around and look at it. But I like old stuff and I like new stuff. So like in Sweden we don't have these tall buildings, for example. Everything is kind of low built in Sweden. No 30-floor buildings. You find one or two in the whole of Stockholm. So I like that when you're walking around and you feel kind of tiny in these cities where everything's so big and tall. So, but I like both, the big cities and out in the rural areas. So,
yeah, maybe if you go to rural areas, you can maybe feel the different feelings.
Yeah, definitely. When we went here from Tokyo in the Shinkansen, so everything. You really felt that the people living out on the country, it really felt like they were, so far away from the cities. Small areas, small buildings, and the agriculture areas and stuff like that. I thought that was really interesting to see, even though we were just going quickly by with the train. So, but I would like to visit Mount Fuji, for example.
I see.
Yeah, but that might be another trip. So we don't have the time.
Yeah,
this
too
time.
many things to see.
Yeah, too much to see. So
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Very interesting. Thank you for your time with us on our YouTube channel. Where are you from?
I'm from Croatia.
Okay.
I'm from France.
Oh, okay. So different countries. Okay. So you're here as a tourist?
Yeah, we live in Germany.
Oh, I see. Okay. And so this is your first time in Japan. How do you like it in Japan?
I love it. Really love it.
Yeah.
Food is amazing. Amazing.
Okay.
The history is super interesting. It's just very different also than traveling obviously in Europe or even other parts of the... I've traveled throughout the Middle East or America, South America, but it's obviously completely different here. So history is really rich. Art is amazing. Historical artifacts are amazing.
So you have been traveled those South America and other Europe, a lot of places?
Yes, South America a bit and throughout Europe. Yeah, of course. It's very easy to travel in Europe. So.
Oh, I see. How about you? How do you like it, Japan?
That was a lovely trip. Again, extremely interesting. I've been to India, so I could at least understand part of the Buddhist heritage, that spiritual aspect. But obviously in Japan there is also Shintoism and influences from China. So that was also really interesting to see how those two spiritual traditions kind of mix and how they integrate to the population. What is fascinating about Japan is it seems to be a very, or at least that's what I perceive, is to be very codified. Like, for example, tea ceremony or even how people greet each other. Almost like seems everything is some kind of a ritual. Obviously, even though we have access to a lot of Japanese products in Europe, whether it's technology, in France we have a lot of, for example, martial arts from Japan. I think the judo and karate and jiu-jitsu, like there are huge federations of Japanese martial arts in France. France read a lot of mangas, for example. So there are those doors on Japanese culture. But it feels like Japanese culture is very like not autarcic because they are exchanged with the outside, but it seems very preserved. That's what makes it so special. When you go to America, you feel like every capitalistic country can find itself there, right? In the consumption society, in the entertainment, it feels like Japanese culture stands on its own to a certain extent, and that's what makes it so exciting for us as tourists.
I see. So have you ever opened one of those doors in France? Do you practice like those jujutsu or judo or kendo?
So when I was a kid, I
Oh,
practiced karate and judo, and more recently jiu-jitsu, even though it's Brazilian jiu-jitsu and not Japanese jiu-jitsu. I don't know if you know the story about. Basically, there was this Brazilian man who came to Japan, studied jiu-jitsu, which is the ground practice of judo, and then he basically tweaked it, went back to Brazil, tweaked it to make it like a more complete grappling art, and then created schools there. But obviously the tradition is very much Japanese.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So the man has changed a little bit.
Yes, yes.
And established his own kind of style.
Yes, using also a Brazilian tradition, which is not sambo, luta livre.
Okay.
Sorry, that's a little.
Yeah, it's a very special term.
And for us, what was interesting is, so we did Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. So Tokyo is very much, I think, having seen a lot of metropolis, Tokyo, we can find ourselves as like it's very cosmopolitan, it's very vibrant. Obviously, there's very Japanese aspects to it. Even when you look at the color of the streets, the neons, the signs, those are very much like it's very special.
Yeah. But it feels like something you've seen in movies and whereas when we went to Nikko as well, and we stayed in Mont Shigi-san. There's
monastery,
a Buddhist monastery for one night.
Not so far from here. I think it's 30
north
kilometers
of
away.
Osaka. These things are completely very unique culturally. Versus Tokyo and Osaka feel more obviously just Japanese, but big city, cosmopolitan city. It feels less specific. Kyoto and then especially Nikko and these smaller cities feel very unique. Culturally, they feel very interesting. The architecture is completely different. The way people are, like, just very. They feel much more preserved.
Oh, I see. So in Nikko and Kyoto, you stayed in a very Japanese kind of style.
Yes.
Yeah,
accommodation.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was also interesting, like sleeping on tatami, on futons.
oh, you did.
I forgot the name of those traditional dinner where you have all those little
Kasake?
Kaiseki ryori.
kaiseki, yeah, exactly.
The small pieces.
Exactly, many, exactly.
That was interesting.
Maybe they have a name, but it's not. There's not like a big names for it, right? But it's
So
like, it's
many-
like a creative kind of the food.
And many dishes, 6-7 courses.
Right,
First
right.
some tofu, and then some fish, and then maybe tempura, and then always something cooking in front of you, like either soup or mushrooms or meat or vegetables, and like cooking in the water in front of you. Always many dishes and which is great because you try so many things in one meal.
Food also feels very different in Japan.
Food
Obviously,
culture is very
food culture.
Yeah.
It's funny, even like what you can see is there is both very traditional and very unique local products, right? Wagyu beef, a lot of tofu that we don't eat so much in Europe, those soup, ramen, soba, yuba, all these things. But also it seems that Japanese people are very, it seems that a lot of the life or even the youth is centered around going to try food places, so you can even find really good American pancakes or like a twist. There seems to be a lot of bringing things that seem to Western food and then making it kind of its own.
Convert to
Exactly.
arranging.
Japanese version
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something, or with a few Japanese ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you like those kind of styles too?
It was interesting, yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
It was interesting. Yeah, no, I liked. I think I preferred the just eating the Japanese
stuff.
food was just amazing. Really, like so delicious, and even. For example, the difference you're asking between cultures.
Right.
In Croatia, it's very people eat at home a lot. Like now, maybe more and more in the big cities, maybe in the capital, there's many restaurants and people will eat out and meet their friends. But generally, you eat at home and maybe you meet for drinks outside. But it feels like in Japan, restaurant culture is huge. Like everybody, there's queue at so many restaurants. Everybody's waiting to eat. There's desserts and quick, like, so many different types of things. And if you Google just where to eat in Tokyo, where to eat in Osaka, you have lists and lists of how long to queue, how to reserve, how to... Like it just seems very, like, culture very centered around like meeting around food, and also eating very quickly, eating multiple times a day outside, which is very different just for me also, because I think in Germany there's also some going out culture, but especially in Croatia it's very, people eat at home a lot. I don't know, it's partially I think financial and partially just because I don't know, it's a big family thing to eat around the dinner table and have lunch together.
So even the lunch, do you eat at home?
Not during the week, obviously, but kids will eat during the week. I think people have smaller lunches in the office. Like they don't have big lunches when you're working. You usually either bring something or go out for some like a quick something small, maybe more a sandwich or something, and then you'll have dinner at home with the whole family and the children. And
maybe it's the same in Japan. We don't know about that.
No, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not true, but I'm just saying it's very important. I feel like eating at home is a big. When I was growing up, my mom would always say, like, when I ate out too much, it's like, come home, you have to have a good meal. And it was, a good meal was only when you sat at home and had soup and meat and like a menu, like a meal that she prepared. I'm sure traditionally it's like that here as well. It just feels like there's a lot going out here versus in Croatia and most cities that are not the capital, you don't find many restaurants. Like people don't eat out very much.
I see. How about in France? Is that the same?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not even sure if this is different here culturally in terms of habits. I can't really comment about that. I think one thing that I feel, so there's some countries where you feel you can get pretty far in understanding the culture because you can relate without being with locals. I think Japan is one of those countries, and where unfortunately we did not have a Japanese person to show us, to give us this insight. Obviously, like in the touristic guide and what our research, we try to get a glimpse of why are things a certain way and what are people actually doing, thinking about a lot of things. So yeah, we do our best to kind of discover, but it feels like
for the modern
as a
world,
foreigner and as a European, there is plenty of depth of the culture that you don't fully either understand or
I see. If you get to know more Japanese local people, then you will have another discovery.
I'm sure, 100%. I think maybe for historical topics and even religious topics and so on, or different things, traditional things, we get the introduction. But having the how to day-to-day young person our age living in Osaka, how would they live their life? We really don't have a sense.
We spend a lot of time on the cultural stuff, so going to the temples, visiting the palace, going to museums. I think Japan does a great job at curation and maintaining like the cultural heritage, right? Yeah, to be honest, we haven't spent a lot of time thinking about stuff like government or more society topic. Not many people to ask about exactly work life or because I don't know, we hear sometimes things about Japan. So for example, there's low fertility rate. It seems that couples don't have a lot of children anymore, and that's kind of a strain on society and the economy, but it's difficult to, as a tourist, to have feedback from
like
locals
work
about
culture,
more
how is
society
it different?
things.
Also, I'm sure there's many things that are different, but again, you have, as a tourist, you don't have opportunity to really understand those differences.
One thing that is surprising is there's obviously a lot of very powerful Japanese multinational in the world, a lot of Japanese products, electronics, cars, and yet it feels like at a level of the country English penetration is not so high, and that's kind of surprising. Like, how do you have a country that exports so much and yet people don't speak as much English as you would expect?
I mean, no, I think it's because there's so many ththings that are produced that it's actually like he was saying at the beginning, I think there's a lot of things that are exported that people are interested in, and manga and food and every city in the world has very nice, from very cheap to very nice sushi restaurants and Japanese restaurants and ramen, and has martial arts and reads manga. But here it doesn't feel as much that things are, some things obviously are brought back, but it's interesting. It just shows you, I think, a lot of people.
But I think there is not enough traditional Japanese food outside of Japan.
Yes.
Like if you're,
many things are missing.
Like we have sushi and sometimes ramen, but you don't
Yeah,
have access to.
Here we realize that, we just see such a
The
variety
variety is a
of
lot.
Yeah.
food that is, I mean, of course, makes sense. But,
the most popular, only the most popular things
Yes.
are.
and I think things
can
that
be
are easy
found,
to, more easy to replicate. Like anywhere there is fresh fish, you can make.
Yeah.
If you're coastal or have access to good fish, you could probably make sushi. But some things probably are missing too many ingredients, maybe, or are too specific. I don't know.
But it must be very, very difficult or almost impossible to find those what you ate in like kaiseki ryori. You know?
Yeah.
It's,
I don't think.
yeah.
I don't.
haven't
I mean,
seen
we've
that.
never looked, but
Never.
I will look when we come back. But I think
Those are, I think, it's the real Japanese food.
interesting.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.